All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to crack open an ancient text, the Ganesh Gita, but not for a history lesson. We're actually going to build a practical 7-day action plan for discipline in our crazy modern world. The goal here is simple. Turn this timeless wisdom into a toolkit you can start using, well, today.
You see it all the time in the headlines, right? The central mystery of our time. Why do these incredibly smart, ambitious people climb to the absolute top of their game only to have it all just implode? It's spectacular, it's tragic, and you have to wonder what is really going on.
Okay, let's talk numbers. $9 billion. That was the sky-high valuation of Theranos. Elizabeth Holmes promised to revolutionize healthcare. The only problem? It was all smoke and mirrors. The tech didn't work. The entire empire was basically a house of cards.
And how about this one? $8 billion. That's how much prosecutors said Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX guy, straight up stole from his users. And he was doing this while telling the whole world he was all about effective altruism. It was just pure greed hiding behind this mask of doing good.
So you see, these weren't just bad investments or market slumps. No, these were total ethical meltdowns. But here's the wild part. What if the diagnosis for these super modern problems was written down thousands of years ago? What if there's an ancient text that's basically a diagnostic tool for today's failures?
And that tool is the Ganesh Gita. It's this incredible dialogue where Lord Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, drops this major truth bomb. The biggest things holding us back, the real roadblocks to success and just being at peace, they aren't out there. They're in here, inside us.
And the Ganesha Gita, it doesn't stop there. It gets super specific. It doesn't just say, oh, you have inner obstacles. No, it gives them names. It's like a field guide to the psychological demons that we all have inside us, the very same ones that took down these billion-dollar companies.
So check this out. That out-of-control ego and self-delusion that fueled Theranos, the Gita has a name for that, Ahamkarasura and Mohasura, the demons of ego and delusion. That insane greed and hypocrisy we saw with FTX, yep, that's Labhasura, the demon of greed, and Dambidhvam, which is basically arrogance. Even that win-at-all-costs aggression from the Volkswagen emission scandal, it's called Krodhasura, the demon of rage. See? The patterns are ancient.
But here's the thing, and this is so important. These inner demons, they don't just hang out in Silicon Valley boardrooms. They show up everywhere, especially in high-pressure places like college. So let's bring this right back home, from the boardroom straight to the dorm room. Just look at this number. A whopping 68% of undergrad students admit to cheating. And you have to ask why. It's the pressure, right? The pressure to perform, to nail that GPA, to lock down a good job. It's the same exact pressure cooker environment we saw at Volkswagen, just playing out on a different field. I mean, think about your own life. That pressure to fake it till you make it, just like Elizabeth Holmes. The temptation to just copy and paste an answer to save time. That constant nagging need to compete for likes and followers on social media. It's all being driven by the exact same demons: ego, greed, and delusion. Okay, so if the diagnosis is ancient, what's the prescription? Well, the Ganesh Gita doesn't just point out the problem and leave you hanging. It gives us a workout plan, a super practical 7-day routine to build up your ethical muscles and start fighting back against these inner demons one day at a time. So here's how it starts. Monday is all about awareness. The first thing you do is just ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? You're setting your internal compass. Then on Tuesday, we practice Dharma, or doing the right thing. The challenge is simple. Find just one dishonest shortcut you might take, fudging some data, skipping a reading, and choose not to, just once. Then Wednesday, we work on detachment. This one might hurt a little. Take a 30-minute digital detox, no social media. The whole point is to starve that part of our ego that just craves validation and comparison. And for Thursday, we get this incredibly simple but powerful tool. Think of it as your emergency brake for your emotions. Whenever you feel that heat rising, whether it's anger at a group member, anxiety about a test, or just that classic FOMO from scrolling Instagram, you make a deal with yourself. I will pause for 3 breaths before I react. That's it. So Thursday is self-control, using that 3-breath pause. Friday is for compassion, or seva. Do one small helpful thing for someone without expecting a thank you or any recognition. This is a direct attack on our ego. Saturday is for a little inner review, or swadhyaya. Just look back at your week and ask honestly, when did my ego run the show? And when did I act from a better place?
Finally, Sunday is for devotion. And this isn't about religion, it's about setting one clear, positive intention for the week coming up. It's about dedicating your energy to something bigger than just yourself.
When you start doing this week after week, something really fundamental starts to shift. You actually begin to change your whole definition of what a win even is. You start to see that the world's scorecard might not be the one that really matters.
There's this fantastic story that explains it perfectly. So Ganesha and his brother Kartikeya are in a race to circle the entire world. The winner gets this divine fruit of wisdom. Kartikeya, being the god of war, is all about speed and power, so he just hops on his peacock and zooms off, ready to circle the planet.
But Ganesha, the god of wisdom, he just stands there. He pauses. He thinks for a second. And then he calmly gets up and just walks in a circle around his parents.
And when they asked him what on earth he was doing, he said something amazing. He said, "For me, you are the entire world." And with that, he won. He won the race by completely redefining the rules, by understanding what was truly important.
And that story, it's the perfect metaphor for our lives, right? The modern world is screaming that success is all about these external things. Your company's valuation, your GPA, your follower count. That's Kartikeya's path. It's all about speed and external validation. But the Gita offers Ganesha's path. It says true success is measured internally, by your integrity, by doing your duty, by your ability to detach, and ultimately by your sense of inner peace. So, at the end of the day, the race is always on. In your classes, in your future career, in your life. And this ancient wisdom leaves us with a really simple but profound question to ask ourselves. Are you just running as fast as you can, like Kartikeya? Or are you willing to pause and think, like Ganesh?